in which I see your hand raised. Coach, we'll start with the opening statement after tonight's match.
Yeah, tough result, good performance, created chances, didn't make the most of them. And well, it's just something to build off of.
What's kind of the message to the team? And you had so many chances in the first half to kind of keep them going forward and not get frustrated in some chances that maybe went by the boards.
Just keep going. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, like I said, good performance and created some chances, but yeah, I mean, had one call back, which was the right call. But we have to be more efficient in the final third. But I thought like I said, the performance I thought was good.
Steph, go ahead.
Thanks. Hey coach. Yeah, like you said, chances. Again, I know we're both stats don't tell the whole story, but I think you outshot them literally 3-1. Like crosses were crazy. So I'm just wondering when you see that. I know you've had like 10 seconds to process the game, but when you see that, what do you take back to the team, or what do you look at with your staff, and what do you take away from that?
Yeah, I think we have to look at the types of deliveries, where are they going, where are the runs, what spaces do we want to fill? Did we fill them? We had a couple of clear chances that we put over the bar. Manaka hit the post. Pinto gets caught on her back foot, so she's reaching. She's reaching, so it deflects off her. There's nothing she can do about that. But like I said, it's about creating chances, and tonight just wasn't our night in terms of finishing them. It was quite similar to Utah, to be quite honest. And, we have to be more ruthless in the final third. But again, if you're creating chances, that's a positive. It's just, what are we creating and where, and how do we adjust that wherever needed? But there's no lack of effort. We changed things up in the second half a little bit, just about different spaces. And I credit the players for sticking to the identity, and they gave themselves a chance late to equalize. But yeah, there's not really a negative. I mean, there's obviously a negative when you don't get a result, but I thought we performed really well overall.
If I could just have one follow-up about the midfield, specifically on the Angel City side. It really looked like, at least Lily Nabet, Maggie Doherty Howard, they were kind of creating some problems there in the midfield. How do you feel, that matched up? Denise in particular talked about how, she came away energized after halftime, after, you're talking in the locker room. I'm just wondering how you felt about the midfield matchup.
I don't.
With Lily and Maggie Doherty Howard more on that right side of Angel City versus your left.
I didn't think we were stressed in the midfield at all, to be quite honest. I thought we played really well through the midfield, especially in the first 15, 25 minutes. They work really hard, and I think the problem was our tempo was slow at times, so it allowed them to drop off, and the spaces became smaller, so it was a lot harder to work through. And the tighter the spaces are, the easier it is for them to close down the spaces when we find those entry balls. But we found spaces on the edges, which was good, but they have veterans in there that work hard to make sure things happen, and they back press really well. And but again, it's when we get into those spots, what are we doing with it? And I never felt we turned them around enough in the first half. But again, those are the little things. But at the end of the day, I never felt like we didn't have a good run of play through the midfield.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Sean? Last call, please raise your hand. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks all. Recording will be out shortly.